Hi, this is Sarit Switzer, and welcome to the It Is Taught podcast, a podcast devoted to the teachings of Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi as recorded in his most famous work, the Tanya. My hope for this show is to make these teachings accessible and relatable to the average person, regardless of prior Jewish education or affiliation. The episodes follow the prescribed daily study portions and are meant to serve as practical lessons in how to live your life as your true self and develop an authentic and powerful relationship with your Creator. I have personally experienced the effects the study of this work has had on me, and I'm excited to share what I can of this knowledge with you. So please join me on this journey of learning, self-growth, and connection with your source. Hi, and welcome to the It Is Taught podcast. This is episode 328 for the 21st of Tishrei in a leap year. So first of all, I want to correct something I said last time. I said that we were going to finish this epistle today, Epistle 23 today, but it turns out we actually have today and then we have tomorrow. So we're not quite at the end yet. So for today's going to be, again, pretty short. And what we're going to be learning about today is really following from yesterday. Yesterday was kind of a harsh episode, a harsh section in which the Alter Rebbe was berating his Chasidim and expressing his disapproval of the fact that he noticed that a lot of people were talking in shul about frivolous things, wasting time basically, instead of learning Torah, when this is a prime opportunity to draw down the Shekhinah into the world. When you have 10 Jews together, then the Shekhinah gathers. And so when 10 Jews are gathered together and they don't discuss words of Torah, this is basically, God forbid, a way of pushing away the Shekhinah. It's pretty intense. So today, the Alter Rebbe is going to give a remedy for this, to rectify this pushing away the Shekhinah and how to do this. So the prescription that the Alter Rebbe gives to rectify this phenomenon is to learn, right? So it's pretty straightforward, is to learn, and specifically for people to learn during the time of what we can think of as twilight. This is between the Mincha and Ma'ariv prayers in shul. So Mincha is the prayers that are said during the afternoon time, and Ma'ariv is the prayers that are said at night. And so during this time, there's sort of like this middle ground of in between period where we're not praying. So what do we do? So this is the time that the Alter Rebbe says is a good time for people to learn in shul. So let's get into the text and see how the Alter Rebbe explains this and what he specifically advises the men to learn in shul. So he starts off and he says, therefore, meaning keeping all of this in mind that we learned yesterday about pushing away the Shekhinah, God forbid, when people just sit around and talk about frivolous things and things like that. So he says, don't do this. He says, don't do this evil thing of not respecting the sanctity of 10 Jews gathered together, but rather you should. And here he kind of takes a citation, but he mixes around the words a little. He changes the words a little bit, but this is a citation from Yirmiyahu chapter 13, verse 16, where he says that you should give glory to God, your God, right before it grows dark. So the actual citation from Yirmiyahu is Tznu laHashem Elokechem kavod b'terem yachshich. So you should give honor to God, your God, right before it grows dark. So what does this mean? How does the Alter Rebbe interpret this? How do we give honor to God? He says this is referring to the time between Mincha and Ma'ariv every weekday. So he says that during this time between Mincha and Ma'ariv prayers, between the afternoon prayers and the evening prayers, then in groups of 10, at least 10, basically, Jews should gather together and learn the inner dimension of the Torah, the Pnimis Torah. This is often a reference to Kabbalah or Chassidus, like the more mystical dimensions of the Torah. But here, the Alter Rebbe specifies that actually what he's referring to is what's known as Ein Yaakov. This is the Eye of Yaakov. It's literally translated as, but this is the portion of the Gemara that deals with stories. There's stories that are written in the Gemara, and these stories are known to contain really, really deep secrets in them. And the Alter Rebbe specifies this. He says that most of the secrets of Torah are actually hidden in this Ein Yaakov. And studying this Ein Yaakov is a way to atone for the sins of man, as it is written in the writings of the Arizal. that so the Arizal explained this, that these stories that are written in the Gemara are not just like these simple, like easy to read stories. They're actually contain very deep messages within them, very deep secrets. And not only that, okay, so there's a secret dimension to them, and all the secrets of the Torah are actually contained within this Ein Yaakov, but also when you read them on a very simple, literal way, then they teach lessons. These are moralistic stories that teach lessons in how a person should live their lives in the path of God. And this will enable a person to take counsel in their soul in heavenly matters, meaning matters related to Torah and Mitzvos, as everybody who is wise of heart knows. So basically, the Alter Rebbe is saying that learning Ein Yaakov between Mincha and Ma'ariv is a really good thing. First of all, because it's the secrets of the Torah. It contains the secrets of the Torah in it, which will atone for a person's sins. And also, it actually gives good advice. It's like, you're learning good moral lessons from these stories. And not only this, says the Alter Rebbe, but also, in addition to learning Ein Yaakov, people should also learn a little bit of Shulchan Aruch, which is the code of Jewish law, specifically the section known as the Orach Chaim, which is the laws that have to do with things that every person should really know, very practical laws in our service of God. And the Alter Rebbe says that for all of this, like meaning this idea of learning for all of this, is specifically learning halachas, learning the Jewish laws, then it says that everybody who learns halachas every day, anybody who learns halachas every day is guaranteed life in the world to come. This is taught in the Gemara in both Megillah, page 28b, and Nedarim, page 73a. So this is specifically a reference to learning about practical halachos. So it's not just about learning about like theoretical halachas that will never really apply to a person, but it's specifically a reference. And this is Rashi explains this. Says the Alter Rebbe that Rashi of blessed memory, the famous commentator on the Torah, explains that this is specifically a reference to learning laws that are of practical relevance. That this is going to guarantee a person a place in the world to come. So that's the end of the section. So the basic idea, again, the basic message of this is that we should learn, and specifically learn in public, specifically learn in the company of 10 Jews, and specifically during this time of Twilight, this time between Mincha and Ma'ariv, and that afternoon leading towards the evening. This is a really good and auspicious time to learn and to rectify any pushing aside, God forbid, that might have been done to the Shekhinah. So it's like we're re-sanctifying the space that maybe this sacredness wasn't acknowledged before, God forbid. So that's it for today. And tomorrow we will indeed conclude this Epistle 23. So stay tuned and I will speak to you then. Thanks for listening to the It Is Taught podcast, hosted by Sarit Switzer. This podcast is dedicated in loving memory of my maternal grandfather, Avraham Yitzchak ben Binyamin HaKohen of blessed memory. Music by Shoshana. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to support the show, please share it with others and subscribe on YouTube, Apple iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And make sure to leave us a 5-star review. To find out more about the It Is Taught project, including more information on my soon-to-be published book, please visit our website, itistaught.com. To catch the latest from me, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Looking forward to speaking with you tomorrow, and until then, have a great day.